to Lincoln Riley's building of a program, which has to do with a coaching staff and it has to do with recruiting, of which he has increased a bad situation exponentially to a decent situation, at least not to USC standards in regards to this 22 class, but projecting out to February, he's certainly reeled in some quality players. So where do you think we stand with all of that?
So with the commitment of Domani Jackson this past Friday, USC is at or near number 70. And before the early signing period, USC was down there at 101, 102. So you're already seeing a jump of about 30 spots. And then you might have noticed in terms of the Pac-12, you might have noticed, Mark, that Jed Fish down in Tucson at the University of Arizona, he flipped an Oregon commit. And that dropped Oregon from 31 to 46. So Oregon was, about 70 spots ahead of USC. So right now it's about 25. And then we have some USC prospects who could announce in early January after those high school All-American games. And then on into early February, I think we're looking at a situation, Mark, in which USC and Oregon are pretty much going to be right there at the same spot, give or take 2 or 3 spots. They're going to be pretty much right around, I'd say like number 40 to number 45, right there together in the composite Pac-12 rankings. So that would be a great result for USC if that happens, to immediately erase the gains that Mario Cristobal had established and consolidated over several years in Pac-12 recruiting. I mean, Lincoln Riley had to do this in midstream. Just imagine what he can do with a full recruiting cycle next year. So for USC to already be on the same plane as Oregon by late January, early February, that's advantage USC in the Pac-12 if we're strictly comparing the Trojans and the Ducks, the two teams that have been at the top of the conference in recruiting.
The face of any football program these days can change so quickly with the coaches leaving. That's a situation we've always had, but you combine that with the transfer portal and with the opt-outs during the postseason and early entry into the NFL draft, and you get a situation like Oregon. Instantly, within a couple of weeks, their best player, Kayvon Thibodeau, he's announced he's played his last game. He's preparing for the NFL. They've got a new head coach in Dan Lanning. Poof, they've got a new quarterback in from the SEC in Auburn in Bo Nix. How do you think that changes the landscape in regards to the Pac-12? Bo Nix is obviously a dynamic playmaker who also will give a few away.
He certainly will, Mark. And, if you're sitting here at USC, you're thinking, well, I'm not exactly scared of Oregon's quarterback. And it's not, I would say Bo Nix is an upgrade from Anthony Brown, but boy, it's hard not to get an upgrade from Anthony Brown. So it's not a massive upgrade from Anthony Brown. It's still someone that, USC defensive coordinator Alex Grinch should feel very comfortable about being able to defend. When you look at the transfer portal quarterback marketplace, UCLA and Chip Kelly got Dillon Gabriel. Now if Dillon Gabriel had gone to Oregon, like that would have put USC fans in a very different spot emotionally compared to Bo Nix. Like UCLA got a much better quarterback upgrade than Oregon did. And since Chip Kelly has not fixed his defense at UCLA, something we all know very well, I mean, USC has to like the way the chessboard is setting up. It really seems as though it's still USC and Utah as the two best teams in the Pac-12.